name is Stephanie von Spreter. I'm the director of Fotografisk in Oslo, and I'm curating the exhibition For Gentle Song Would Not Shake Us If We Had Never Heard a Loud One. This exhibition has a background in a large-scale Nordic collaboration between different institutions working with camera-based contemporary art in Sweden, Finland, Denmark and Norway. It started off as a project where every year one country would host an exhibition or seminar with a Nordic topic. And it started off in Oulu in Finland in 2014. And then it continued in Stockholm, Sweden, the year after. In 2016, it was in Oslo. And there we decided to have the photo book festival with a Nordic dimension in conjunction with an exhibition, which is now showing here at Fotografisk Center.
Try and look up a little bit. Try and bring your face up a little bit. Okay.
So this exhibition here has its origins in an exhibition that was shown in Oslo in 2016. Yet it's an expanded version of it because the space is very different in Oslo. And also the topic of the exhibition, evolving about the general theme of the Arctic, has quite a large dimension. I have been engaging with the topic over many years already. I actually went up to Svalbard a few years ago together with one of the artists in the exhibition, Mette Tronvoll, and I accompanied her while she was shooting. Both in the city of Longyearbyen, but also in the center for the scientists called Ny-Ålesund. So this was a starting point for my genuine interest in this region, having been there myself, and also while researching into this region and how artists were dealing with this very diverse and also controversial topic, I think. I came across a book, a diary, by a young Austrian woman called Christiane. She had decided to move up to Svalbard for 1 year in the 1930s because her husband had decided to become a hunter. And while she was up there for this whole year, she was mostly alone while her husband was out hunting, and she wrote a diary. And it struck me very much when reading this diary that it was a very different image that was communicated to the reader about the Arctic when actually having seen many images of and texts written from or about the polar heroes and the race to the North Pole.
The 1959 book, A History of Polar Exploration, tells the story of John Franklin. Sir John Franklin had now been missing for more than 4 years, and his fate and the failure of expeditions to discover it had become matters not only of national, but of worldwide concern. Throughout Europe and North America, public interest became wholly absorbed in the Arctic regions, picturing in their minds the hardships and horrors of life in the Arctic wastes. Meanwhile, throughout these hours and days and months of tension, Jane Franklin clung to hope and wrote letter after letter to her husband, only to receive them back months later from one of the search expeditions. The entire expedition.
When I looked into which artists would be working with the topic, it struck me also that many would trace the researchers or also those adventurers and polar heroes had done. At the same time, not doing exactly the same, but having their own artistic or seeing it through the artistic lens. So this exhibition that is shown at Fotografisk Center looks exactly at those opposites, looking at how the image of the Arctic has been built up through many, many layers over many decades, and what role it plays today, where the Arctic has become of huge interest globally, also because of ecological issues and like climate issues, because what is being measured up in the Arctic has an influence on the rest of the world. Many people wonder why the title of the exhibition is "For Gentle Song Would Not Shake Us If We Had Never Heard a Loud One." It's indeed a very long title. It is actually a quote from the diary by this Austrian woman that traveled up to Svalbard. And as I said before, she was alone a lot in her hut in the middle of nowhere. So she was, in a sense, also going crazy, being by herself and being in an area completely covered by snow. So I think you need to imagine also that it's like a white canvas all the time. And there's, apart from maybe a polar fox coming by now and then, and the sun coming up and down, and in the winter not even that, how to deal with that. And sound plays a very important role in that as well. And this quote is taken from an occurrence from when there was thunder going on, so there was also a snowstorm. So when she was alone in this hut, and the sound around her was really, really tremendous for days and days and days, and she couldn't leave this hut, which was about 10, 12 square meters, not bigger than that. And then suddenly, like that, it stopped. And that's when she writes this, that you enjoy this silence, or you notice the silence only if something really, really loud happened before. So that's where the quote comes from.